Good morning, YouTube. I wanted to take a little time this morning to tell you the 5 things you need to be able to do to make money in real estate, and maybe it applies, to other areas also. So they might seem obvious to you, but in order for you to get to the place where you can actually execute on this, you need to have these 5 things. You need to have them broken down and continue to build your capabilities in each of these 5 areas. If you don't have the capability, for instance, today to manage rental properties, you have no business in the rental market. If you can't monetize and rent the property, there's no point in finding a deal. So let's get into it. Number 1, you have to be able to find a deal. In order to find a deal, you have to see a house that is a price listed on the market and already know what that house is worth independent of the price. So one thing I do is I watch certain areas and I watch the prices and the sale prices and how long they take to sell, and I watch them every single day. Now, I've also started watching the rental markets because you can buy things for rentals if you're more of a long-term horizon, but finding a deal is number 1. Number 2, you have to be able to execute on the purchase. In order to execute the purchase, you have to be able to make an offer. So it's valuable to have already established a buyer's agent. You have to have a process of building your down payment. So maybe an automatic deduction from your pay go into a separate account that builds your capability to execute on that down payment. And those are the 2 key things. You have to understand what it takes to do those purchases, and a buyer's agent could be a long ways, into doing that. Number 3, you have to monetize. In order to monetize, you're going to have to go into the house after you buy it. You're going to have to do the fix-up. So almost all your bidding should be done prior to purchasing the house. You do the fix-up in a few weeks, and then you rent the house out. Do I do it work myself? I've done it myself and with my team, but generally no. It is too many skill sets to do it properly. You can do it at a really poor level yourself, but you will go through the same process I went through, which is how to learn what not to do. 4th, you have to be able to manage the property at an ongoing basis. Are you going to be the property manager? If that's the case, make sure you include 8 to 10%, which you see of the revenue is the property management fee. Okay? If you think that 8 to 10% is proper part of your rental fee, you will never be able to hand it to property manager because maybe you're only making 10%. Well, if you're only making 10%, then the reason you only make 10% is because you don't have a property manager, so you're actually not making anything off of your purchase and monetization. So 5th, and this is one I've done a little bit, not as much, is an exit strategy. When will you sell this property? Is it exit now? Do you die later, your kids inherit it, and they're going to exit it somehow? Or are you going to roll it in 1031? What is your plan for exiting this investment? Under what circumstances would you begin to exit? And kind of having those established up front. Now, all 5 of these would have some type of a plan. They'd have like a small set of skill breakdown that you've worked on, that you've reached out to see what skills it requires. And then you'll continue to build your capabilities in all 5 of these areas over time so that you can actually execute end-to-end with your team. Now, a lot of people are on the first step and they're very focused on finding a deal or purchasing the thing, and they're very hung up on number 2, executing the purchase, but they haven't thought about the next 3 steps in the process at all. And so when they go into that, they'll kind of be overwhelmed and have to go through the process I did, which is a very, very long, tough fix-up process. Hopefully you have people on your team that can go through that process with you, because the pain alone is hard. The pain with others is sometimes bearable, but you will want to quit. You will work for a month straight. You will work for 2 months straight. It is not for the light of heart. So good luck, but those are the 5 steps. Number 1, find a deal. Number 2, execute the purchase. Number 3, monetize. Number 4, manage. And number 5, exit strategy. Have a great day. I'll see y'all later. Bye.